What's going on, guys? So in today's rumor mail, we are covering the rumors of Superman possibly being in the Shazam movie and the Gotham City Sirens movie being dead in the water and being replaced by the Birds of Prey movie. But before we jump into the rumors, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future content on this channel. Now, the first rumor in rumor mail is Superman possibly being in the Shazam movie. Now, this rumor comes from Revenge of the Fan, which has been a source of many rumors as of late. It's a website I haven't heard too much about, but a lot of other websites are getting exclusive rumors from there, so maybe they have some credibility. We'll find out in the coming weeks. The article talks about how there has been somewhat of a tug-of-war with Superman behind the scenes at DC Entertainment, talking about how they wanted to see how audiences were going to react to him in Justice League and if they should fast-track, you know, a Superman movie, which would be Man of Steel 2. And we all kind of know what happened with Justice League. They didn't make as much money as they were hoping to with the movie, but it did seem like a lot of people did enjoy this Superman because he was that bright, hopeful Superman again. But like I said, with Justice League not doing as well as the studios hoped, we know that everything kind of just came to a halt, and a lot of the movies we thought were going to happen were kind of getting, like, everything's basically on hold, and we got a new DC Films president in Walter Hamada, so we don't really know where the DCEU is headed at this moment. But the article does say that there is good news that the Man of Steel 2 movie will more than likely be announced sometime around San Diego Comic-Con, and will hopefully have a director set in stone by that point as well, which more than likely will be Matthew Vaughn, who I've talked about him before on this channel, and also he's been the one person that has been very adamant about wanting to make a Superman movie, and he does seem like a really good fit. He has done plenty of comic book movies. He's worked in the X-Men universe. He's currently doing the Kingsman movies along with past movies like Kick-Ass. So Matthew Vaughn is no stranger to comic book movies, but he has talked about how he wants to bring a hopeful Superman back to the DCEU, and since we saw that start to happen in the Justice League movie, he seems like he'd be a really good fit for the character. But that's not the rumor we're here to talk about. In this article, they do say they have a trusted source that Cavill will appear in Shazam. The article states, the decision comes after a bunch of internal discussions about where to place him since the sequel is still ways off. Dwayne Johnson is adamant about having Cavill appear in his Black Adam film, but for the time being, that film, I'm told, is far from getting off the ground because of Johnson's hectic schedule. Warner Brothers doesn't want to wait that long since they're still aware that the mainstream response to Superman in Justice League was a favorable one. So rather than wait for the untitled Superman or Black Adam, they've agreed to have him appear in Shazam to keep him alive in the minds of the general public. Cavill even lightheartedly teased it back in September. And that's basically the gist of the article. You can read it for yourself with the link in the description, but this is a pretty interesting rumor, and I kind of actually really like it. I would love for Superman to be in a Shazam movie because we know Shazam is basically Superman, just magic. It could be really good character development for Billy Batson's character if he is looking up to somebody, if he wants to aspire to be somebody. That perfect person would be Superman since they are so similar in powers. Now, if you've ever seen the DC animated series before, you do know that there have been plenty of times where Superman has met Shazam. They've fought each other a few times. They've teamed up to fight Black Adam. There's just been a lot of cool stuff that has been done with these two characters. So if this rumor is true, which would make sense since we are not going to get a Man of Steel 2 movie anytime soon, having Superman and Shazam as some type of role model would be pretty cool, whether he's just trying to teach Billy Batson on how to use his powers, or even if he just shows up to see, like, who is this new Superman type of character that the world is starting to talk about, and he wants to check out, maybe he's a threat or something like that. That might be an interesting way to have Henry Cavill's Superman in this movie. I'll be 100% honest with you guys, as much as I would love to see Superman and Shazam go at it a few rounds, I don't think that should happen in this movie if this rumor is true. The reason for that is we shouldn't expect to have superheroes fight each other in every single film. And when we just saw that in Justice League, we saw it in BVS, you know, we don't want to get a habit of like, alright, these guys are going to fight each other before they work together, because it's not really how it is. And also, when those big Superman type matchups happen in the future, they're not going to be as meaningful anymore because we always see superheroes fight each other. So best case scenario here would be that Superman is just a role model and just kind of showing Shazam the ropes, and then, you know, it goes from there. But since this movie does deal with magic, and that is one of Superman's weaknesses, I would not be surprised if the Shazam villain of the movie gets control of Superman somehow, and that is why Superman fights Shazam for a little bit before he breaks out of it somehow. So yeah, I would not be surprised if that happened. And that's pretty much it for that rumor. We might be able to get confirmation of this over the next few months because they are going to start filming this movie pretty soon, although I would not be surprised if we don't get that announcement until San Diego Comic-Con, because that's usually when they drop some really big news, and they could pair it with the possible Man of Steel 2 news. But we'll just have to wait and see. Moving on to the next rumor, which is Gotham City Sirens is dead, and it is being replaced by the Birds of Prey movie. Since the days of Suicide Squad being in theaters, there have been so many rumors about Harley Quinn getting her own spin-offs movies. That has been a solo movie, it's been a Gotham City Sirens movie, it's been a Birds of Prey movie, it's been a Joker and Harley Quinn movie, it's been a whole different other movie that would involve Joker but not them together. It was just a whole bunch of different movies that were going to center around Harley Quinn as the star. Out of all the rumors I heard for the Harley Quinn movie, the most intriguing one to me was the Gotham City Sirens movie, with the possibility of the Birds of Prey being the villains or the heroes in the movies. And I thought that would be really interesting. You would have 6 kick-ass women on the screen at once, and I thought that was going to be really awesome. But then that movie apparently morphed into the Gotham City Sirens only, and their villain was going to be Black Mask, and I was like, I can get around that too, although they should kind of involve some type of hero in that movie. But now it seems like they were just getting rid of the Gotham City Sirens movie altogether, which I kind of get because Suicide Squad did not get good critical reviews. David Ayer is going to be the director for the Gotham City Sirens movie. He released the movie recently on Netflix called Bright, and that also didn't do well with critics. So it's very possible that WB and DC Films is like, we need to get away from David Ayer, and the best thing we can do is just kill the Gotham City Sirens movie and go with the Birds of Prey movie instead. And I'm kind of okay with it, because although I am a fan of David Ayer, his troubled critical reviews aren't really what the DCEU needs right now. And also, the person that was supposed to write the Gotham City Sirens movie wrote the Tomb Raider movie, and I have to say that that movie does not look entertaining at all. So it's probably best that we just clean our hands of that whole situation now and go with a completely different movie. Now, the interesting thing about the Birds of Prey movie is that it was announced, or it was rumored to be in development over a year ago. AV News back in November of 2016 said that the Harley Quinn movie is actually a Birds of Prey film. And Screen Rant just recently had the title of Margot Robbie may reprise role of Harley Quinn in Birds of Prey movies. So we still have the same kind of, you know, rumor over a year old already. Maybe this movie never ended up like, or maybe it never stopped being in development. They kind of just had it on the back burner, and people were more excited for Gotham City Sirens, so they decided to go with that. But now, like I said, they want to cleanse themselves of that movie, so they're going to bring back the idea of the Birds of Prey movie. The Wrap reports that Suicide Squad 2, Harley Quinn vs. the Joker, and surprisingly Birds of Prey are the 3 most likely candidates for Robbie's next on-screen appearance as Harley Quinn. According to the Wrap sources, Birds of Prey in particular is a project that Robbie has taken personal interest in. The report also emphasizes the Birds of Prey will not be a Harley solo movie, but instead feature multiple female villains and superheroes slash anti-heroes alike. Now, the Screen Rant article does go on to reference the older rumors of the Birds of Prey, like I mentioned earlier, and they also talk about the Suicide Squad 2 movie, along with the Harley Quinn vs. Joker and how it's found its directors. The most interesting thing about this rumor is that it won't be a Harley Quinn solo movie, so you don't have to worry about her taking up all of the screen time, and you could introduce the other characters like, you know, Batgirl, Huntress, and Black Canary, and you can make it more about them, and, you know, you can bring in Catwoman and Ivy if you want to as well, since they're not doing a Gotham City Sirens movie anymore. You can spend more time developing those characters instead of Harley Quinn, because she already got introduced in the Suicide Squad movie, so it'd be a good opportunity to introduce a whole bunch of those characters. And then, of course, you can still have a Harley Quinn solo movie later on with Harley Quinn vs. Joker, or whatever billion of movies she's gonna get. Introducing a bunch of badass females would also expand the universe of the DCEU, which is always a good thing when you want to do spin-offs and other team-up movies. You're just gonna introduce a whole bunch of characters. We already know that there's gonna be a Batgirl solo movie, although I wish it would change directors and writers, because I'm not really a big fan of Joss Whedon anymore. After what he did with Justice League, I just don't trust the guy. guy, but maybe the Birds of Prey movie will, you know, maybe get rid of the Batgirl movie because they won't need it anymore. I don't really know what's gonna happen with all of these DC movies. It's pretty crazy. There's so much going on, but I am all for a Birds of Prey movie, although I just wish it would be Birds of Prey versus Gotham City Sirens. I feel like that just makes perfect sense. Bring in 3 badass female villains, 3 badass female heroes, have them fight each other, maybe even have them team up at the end because there's a bigger threat. Now, I don't really want that, to be honest, but you could do that if you wanted to. But superhero team-up movies are starting to get a little, you know, played out, so maybe not do that. Just have Gotham City Sirens versus Birds of Prey, bada bing, bada boom, do spin-offs and whatever after all of that. But that's pretty much all I got for rumor mail, guys. Would you be down with the Birds of Prey movie or Superman in the Shazam movie? Do let me know your thoughts in the comment sections down below. Also, guys and gals, I do want to know your thoughts on this video series. Are you liking rumor mail? Are you hating it? I don't see too much engagement, but I also feel like I wasn't really clear on the idea of the series. It doesn't have to be DC related. If you have rumors about Marvel movies, throw them in the comment sections down below. If you have, you know, rumors about Star Wars, you know, any other nerd concept out there, it could be comics, it could be, you know, movies, video games, let me know and we'll talk about the rumors on this show. So any kind of nerdy stuff you want to talk about, if it's a rumor out there, let me know. That's it for me, guys. Don't forget to check out the last rumor mail or any of my other videos right here. As always, I'm your host, JUICEbox. Remember, when you wake up, the camera died, have I had my day?